Well, happy Sunday. We're back in Hamilton, Montana. This build inspired by that real-life little town about half an hour south of Missoula, Montana. Now we got our street layout pretty much done. We've got our neighborhoods taking shape. Looks pretty good. Just got my bus routes set up, so got a decent number of people riding the bus right now. Looks like we have, what, 817 per week? It's pretty good. Wonder how our traffic map looks. Traffic flow's a little bit rough in a few spots, so maybe we should look at this, see what we can do about that. No, I don't know. It's not really causing me any trouble, but if I could get my traffic flow to be a little bit better, that might be preferable. I wonder if I could just do a bus route that kind of helps them get where they need to go. I don't know if it's really that simple. Maybe a subway. We could try a monorail at some point. That might be cool. Let's start off with a subway. We'll give our town its first subway. I think I have room. Yep, I got some room right there. We can put a subway entrance, and then wonder if we could, yeah, we could put another one real close to the train station. That'd be cool. I feel like the subway should be primarily centered around our downtown hub. So we're going to put another one right there. And we'll put one there. So we have a couple. Wonder if I can, yep, there we go. I know the metro is underground and we can't really see the tracks, but I want to be a little bit thoughtful about how we draw them anyway. There we go. I don't really like the curve of that track. There we go, that's a little better. Yeah, this is a little bit weird. Let's try that one again. Yeah, we can do a tight little turn, just like that. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. And then we can extend the subway route. I was thinking over to the University District. But maybe not. Well, it's a start anyway. One step toward taking our little town and turning it into the enormous metropolis it was meant to be. We have a population of 14,000. If we can get up to 17, then we'll be able to invest in crematoriums. That would be exciting. See, one thing I really want to do is I want to make sure that the downtown area builds up in a way that is realistic. So if we're going to have tall buildings, they need to be right in the little downtown cluster. Meanwhile, we want to make sure we preserve the sense of little quaint neighborhoods around the edges. Over here, we can grow our residential areas a little more. Another thing we want to probably do to keep our traffic under control is just have a mixture of commerce in the residential zones. So it's not all commercial in just one place. I don't want to get my residential areas too close to that industrial zone. Though it is agricultural industry, so it's probably not going to be too bad from a pollution and attractiveness perspective. What if we put a kind of a central park kind of an area here? That'd be kind of cool. Let's try it. Park area. There we go. Nope, some people need water. Problem solved. And we can build a park maintenance building. Kind of interesting. I guess they just drive around and they make the parks more appealing. Here's our city park modules. So we'll build a park main gate here. And now we have unlocked a few new buildings. That's cool. And we could have a side gate too. Let's yeah, let's do that. We'll put a side gate right there.
To the classics, the city's home for the hits from the 80s, 90s and onward. 1780s and 1890s, that is. I'll be playing some lesser-known gems from those eras, so don't go away.
There we go. It's a nice little fence. We could build a plaza. Guess we should build some paths. Put the restroom right there, and yeah, a little cafe sounds great. Put the cafe there. Park info booth. Yeah, I guess it can be by the entrance. This isn't really a super enormous park, but it's our first city park, so it doesn't have to be enormous. Just to get us started. I guess we could do another plaza over here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now it's just about adding some trees. It's nothing like getting started in the morning with a fresh cup of coffee and a trip to the park. I don't think there's any better way to spend a day. Enjoying the sunshine. Freshly cut grass. Seeing people milling around out there. Definitely something magical about the experience of nature in the city. What do we got here? A baobab? Yeah, baobab tree. That doesn't really suit my style here. We can do a blooming jacaranda tree. Looks like a cherry tree. It's not, but it's kind of the vibe I get from it. Put a few around the perimeter here, just kind of define the boundary of the park. Sometimes it's nice to focus more on the little details and not necessarily the entire build, because you can get overwhelmed. But if you're just focused on one area, you can really just kind of detail it out and have some fun with it. Well, there we have it. Nice little park. That turned out pretty good. We could probably actually expand that park and build a pedestrian overpass and then have more park over here. I'm gonna give that a try and see how that will work. So if we build a it's kind of steep, but you know what? I don't have my mods active for this build, so we're gonna have to just work with it. Yeah, that looks pretty reasonable.
Welcome back. Isn't there something about the fruit that just makes you want to make a cup of tea, kick back, relax, and spend the better part of a decade learning to play that subtlest of woodwinds, the flute? If only I had the time.
Guess we can put another info booth over here and another cafe and restroom. Would kind of make sense. That's cool. We could build a biodome for endangered plants, insects, and birds. Kind of sci-fi looking. I kind of like it though. And we have gotten a new park level. Lookout tower, lean-to shelter, camping site. That's perfect. Let's do the camping site. There's a lot of random stuff here we can choose from I hadn't seen before. Little props. A food stand. You can have a food truck there. Little flower garden hedge kind of a thing. park chessboard. That's kind of cool. I guess the campsite wasn't for the city park. The campsite was for the nature reserve, so. Because we can't put nature reserve stuff, can we? Maybe? Can we put nature reserve stuff? Yeah, I guess we can. Well, I guess people shouldn't be camping in the city park. They should be doing that more in the nature reserve area anyway. We got a spot for the public chess tournament. Now that's cool. We can have a little campfire area. Two tall trees will kind of conceal this elevated portion of the path. Make it look a little bit less conspicuous.
Welcome to the classics. Classical music for classy people. And that's not classist, that's classicist. Look it up.
That's starting to come together. Looks pretty good. Little mixture of residential area and kind of hike and trail sort of deal. Yeah, I think that turned out reasonably well. Meanwhile, downtown, got a couple kind of tall buildings. There's one building burning down. Looks like the fire department's got it under control. We have a couple filled cemeteries here. Of course. Gotta start hauling the bodies off to make room for more. Something a little bit off about that entire idea, but you know what? That's okay. One thing I wish the base game included was a reasonable assortment of churches and houses of worship. And I understand maybe they didn't want to like step on toes or something and avoided religious material or something for that reason, but come on, like every church, every town has a lot of churches and mosques and other stuff, so it doesn't really make sense that they put hundreds of dollars worth of DLCs out for people to download, but no churches or houses of worship. And of course, you can download them out of the workshop, but if you're playing on a console or you're doing a vanilla build like this, there's not really much in the way of churches in the base game. There's a church monument, but you can only plop one of them. It's kind of the same thing with shopping malls. They did a DLC with shopping malls in it recently. But it's really kind of silly the way, despite the fact that every city has tons of shopping centers in it, they really weren't very well represented in the game at all. Another nice thing that I would have liked to see is more diversity in power line styles, because cities have big power lines like these here, but more often you see little wooden power poles. That's something, again, you can easily get them if you want to do a DLC. I mean, a workshop DLC, a player made content, but not in the base game. I did like it that they added parking spaces finally. Parking lots. $14,000 citizens live in here now. One of the hardest things to learn when you're building cities and trying to make them realistic is the importance of not just blanket zoning areas. You've got to leave space. You've got to focus just as much on the areas where there is nothing as you do on the areas that you're filling up with something. Cities have some high density areas, of course, but mostly cities just have a lot of trees and they have a lot of spaces that exist in between buildings. If you don't capture that, you really kind of miss the essence of what makes a city special. We'll put a little bit of commerce in here. Not a lot, just a little bit. Kind of a corner coffee shop kind of a thing. Wonder how our trade school's doing. We don't really have that many students. We built an arena, we could unlock sports. That might be fun. We'll put a high school out here to serve the neighborhood we just constructed. Maybe a public library would be a good investment as well. Yeah, we'll put one right there. I don't know if I like these kind of weird little high-rise buildings going in there. Might get rid of those at some point. A couple of them is fine, but there's one problem with Skylines vanilla buildings. Some of them are really kind of ugly.
This is the classics, the city's #1 source for music older than the city itself.
I do kind of like these two tall buildings that have just popped up there. They kind of build, they kind of give the town some character. A little bit of a skyline. See what kind of landmarks we have access to. City Arch spans a road. That's kind of cool. Have it be built right there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Posh Mall. Maybe we're not ready for that yet. Clock tower, though. We might be able to have some fun building a clock tower. That could actually be a sort of a cornerstone for our park area that we just finished up too. So what if we what if we put the clock tower right there on that corner? Yeah, that's nice. We unlocked level 3 gazebos. Well, let's take a look at it. There they are. Gazebo number 1, gazebo number 2. Well, we'll put both of them there somewhere. Where would be a good place for a gazebo? Maybe one right there. And one. Put it right here. Gazebos are nice places where you can get away from it all and have a sort of a cozy, peaceful experience looking out at all the passers-by. Perfect. There we are. Clock tower. Arboretum. In the future, we might build more overpasses for pedestrians and continue the park system. We could put more park area out here. We could even kind of do a greenway and sort of like take some of these houses out and then connect the city park over here to the nature reserve over here. And that might be a way for bicyclers and things to kind of commute too, which would be nice. I think our town's starting to look pretty decent. Having fun. Wouldn't be a terrible place to live, would it? I wonder if we can build a church. Look at the rest of the landmarks. Well, there's a tax office. That's almost like a church. Port. A lot of cool buildings we can play around with at some point. Drive-in Oriental restaurant. Oh yeah. So we got some other cool content creator pack items that we can play with as well. Might be a good thing to put there. A noodle restaurant. Let's do a noodle restaurant. We'll put it right on the main drag here. When you get into town, you can pull in there and have yourself some teriyaki right by the railroad tracks. Eat your noodles and watch the trains go by. Hear the trains go by. Meanwhile, we are approaching almost $1 million in the bank, so certainly we're not doing too bad financially. One of our goals in the future will be to clean up our polluting industry over here too. See if we can do some cleaner garbage processing. But that's okay. We can have some polluting garbage burning happening over by the airport. It's not gonna hurt anybody too much. All in all, our city's reasonably clean and pleasant, with the exception of those power plants and incinerators over there. The challenge is just continue to grow the population of the city without losing the identity of the town in the process. Because what we don't want is a town that's just wall-to-wall buildings without any personality. That defeats the whole point of the build. But we do want to grow it and make it feel like it's evolving into a big city. So that'll be our challenge as we continue to refine this build. Until next time, thank you for watching, and goodbye.